Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. We'll start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which is Peter Hubertons, granted the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Come talk to you today. It's going to be like a testimony, Yasharala. I'm going to let you know what's been going on with me. In my family, the situation that we're dealing with. We're going to need some prayers. And the Lord allowed me to see something, to see Yasharala at its essence, and to see Esau, Edom, the Edomites at their essence. I'm dealing with Esau's medical field. So let me give you the quick rundown, Yasharala, and put you where I'm at. My wife had an accident, I want to say a couple years back. Yeah, maybe like a couple years back, she had an accident, real bad accident, had to be in the hospital or whatnot. And she healed over that, and she still had ailments from that accident. She still deals with situations from that ailments. So fast forward, we're here in 2023. And ever since the accident, she's been going to the doctor regularly, for dealing with the physical elements that our body has, her ailments. And Thursday, well, really, she's been dealing with this for the past 3 weeks. I'll say she's been dealing with these ailments really bad. It just got so bad Thursday, after we had eaten dinner, she told me to take her to the emergency room. So I take her to the emergency room, and they're running tests on her. Her blood pressure's running really high. She's just really not feeling well. And she's been going through this for the past 3 weeks. High blood pressure, body, legs swelling up, getting fluid on herself, like things of that, cramping up, headaches, things of that nature. Been dealing with that for a long time. So Thursday, I took her to the emergency room. In there forever. You already know how that go, Yasharala. Now, here's where a blessing took place. Now, my wife has been going to get MRI, CT scans, and I remember a while back, she was telling she was having pains in her leg, and they had checked her legs, and at first they said they seen something like a blood clot, and then they said, oh, we don't see it no more. You know how Esau do. She been going to get CT scans, MRIs, and they keep saying they don't see nothing. They don't see nothing. But yeah, she's telling me how her body is hurting. She's having certain, things going on with her that ain't right. And she's telling me they not doing something right. So, like I told you, we went to the emergency room Thursday, and a blessing happened. And the blessing happened this way. So we're in there, they did a scan on her, and they seen what was going on with her. She has a blood clot in her pulmonary artery. And they finally, now, like, I believe it's been there. It just Esau didn't want to say nothing because they wanted her to kick the bucket or whatnot. So check this out, Yasharala. The reason it got found, I met the doctor. We went to, emergency room. So wasn't her usual doctor she dealt with. It was another doctor. He was a Jake. It was a Jake doctor that found it. And I remember talking to him because she had went back because they had to help and prep her to get her sent to the heart specialist hospital. So I remember talking to the Jake doctor, and we was talking. One thing that hit me that he said, he was like, yeah, brother, our people have a history of heart disease. So I checked their heart, and then I seen that blood clot, and I remember just like the whole vibe from that Jake doctor was like very different, man. He still, and like when he said that, I don't know if he's a Hebrew Israelite and one of my spirit to tell him that, but you can for him to say that shows that he has care for his people. He did the research, and he knows, and I could just feel the vibe from him. Like he still had, it was like Jake in his essence. I noticed when Yasharala, Israel's in their essence, hey, we are very loving people. And you can feel that, man. I felt that from that brother, man. And he caught it. He said something, so now my wife is getting the care that she should have been getting. Esau didn't want to say anything. And she's doing better now. She's still having issues, still trying to clear it, but she's doing better now, stable condition, and I believe she will be okay. Still sending prayers up. And I believe the situation happened for me to see, you know, the nature of Israel, Yasharallah, and then the nature of Esau, and also the 2/3. I've seen all those type of spirits during this whole ordeal. I've seen it, and I want to start off first things first. What I noticed about Esau's medical institution is that it's not for Jake. It is for Esau. They will take care of Esau. They don't like to take care of Jake. They want Jake to kick the bucket. When I say Jake, that's short for Jacob. I'm talking about Israel, Yasharallah. All of those are the same nation when I say that. So, and when I say Esau, that's the so-called white man. The medical system is made and tailored for them. They get top care. Jake does not. With Jake, they just act like they doing something. They really not giving the care that Jake needs to get over whatever ailment it is. And this precept, as I'm watching how their medical field operates and everything she's going through with it, this precept always pops in my head and it rings so true. And this is Job 13:4, and it says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." And they're not. Your average Edomite doctor ain't worth nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. They don't want to help you. You can just tell Jake is much better at it, which is why they probably blocked Jake out from that field. Plus, they killed our healers. We had a holistic, natural healers, Dr. CB, and I say ones even before him. And then when I did my history, I found out we used to have like surgeons that were Jakes that were better than Edomites at the surgery. And they had to flush them out. A lot of them got untimely deaths, and that's just them getting rid of our nation of healers to bring in their healers. So that way we got to go to them for, one of all things. That's some curses. Yabashah made me feel them curses, Yashral. I felt them curses throughout this ordeal real hard and heavy because I had to go to Esau for the medical needs that we needed. And this devil does not deal, fairly with Jake. Doesn't care about Jake. Like, I got to see that as well through this situation. And they are physicians of no value because they really, they want to like put you on some medication and make money off you, but they really don't want to heal you, especially Jake. They don't want to heal. I'm looking at this time, it seems to me, when I'm looking at, they want Jake to die, to perish. They look at one less Jake I got to deal with. And they're very negligent. I'm looking at the nurses, because there's been a difference between the Israelite nurse and the Edomite nurses. Big difference. And we first got to the new hospital that, have the care that she needs, the specialist hospital. We got a old school Eve nurse, Yasharallah, Israelite nurse. And she was very caring, man. She made sure everything was on point, everything she needed. She set everything up right. You can just tell she had love in her heart. You can just feel that old school vibe, man. It's a huge difference between a Jake that got love in their heart and an Edomite. Because when she left, her ship was over. The Edomite nurses came in, and they're horrible, man. You can tell they in it for the money. They don't do real care. They make mistakes. And my family have a lot of medical backgrounds. So I got my aunt, my uncles on it, my mother, medical field. My wife, her mother is medical field. So they telling these people what they need to be doing. And Edomites ain't doing it. They drawing blood from the wrong arm. Just making all kind of mistakes, man. Which really, I think, contributed to an issue she had earlier. And they just don't have care, man. You're going to see it. Like, one nurse came in. I don't know if she's Ishmaelite or whatever she is. And I was taking care of my wife more than she was. She's all like, look like, I think she was going to the bathroom to take selfies. She all, I got to handle something. Look like, what you got to handle? You need to do your job. So she sucks at her job. And even my nurses, they don't care for Yasharallah like that. We got the proper care. Then I noticed because she's been in the hospital since Thursday now. So today, during the day when the Eve nurse came back in, and she seen, the stuff wasn't right, and they changed her medication and all that. And she went in there, man, lashed out at them Edomite nurses, man. Like, hey, y'all messing up. Like, we could hear her through the door, like, getting on them for that, man. I just like telling her, man, it's such a blessing that we still got our people in certain areas that can, give us what we need, man. So we got to be thankful for that. It's still a sprinkle. It's a sprinkle of Israelites that still have the essence, the love in them that Yahshua put in us. Like, I see why Yasharallah wants us to rule, because we were very caring and loving people. You even look at the northern tribe. They took in Edomites, showed them how to farm and all of that, how to cultivate the land and care for them, and then they got stabbed in the back. But they did it. See, I know that Esau takes advantage of our people. They count us weak. We're not weak. We're just very loving, and we want to love everybody. We want to take care. And you can't really do that the way we want to because Esau is the opposite of that. And he takes advantage of it. So the 2/3 see that and they all decide, okay, I need to be like Esau. And they lose the flavor to them. Because we also met her Eve. She was a physician assistant. And she just lost all her flavor, man. She didn't have that Jake vibe as the old school Eve did, or that doctor I met at the other hospital. She didn't have that vibe to her. She had a very Edomite, proud, pompous look. Eve, that's a physician that says she thinks she the stuff. And she didn't know what she talking about. So I put my uncle on speakerphone, who's been in medical field 30 plus years, and he let her know certain things she ain't doing right. She had a whole attitude about that. So I guess she feel like since she went to school now that we supposed to listen to her, and she ain't even on point what she's saying. She had a real pompous, proud attitude to her. Real proud Eve, man. I didn't like that Eve at all. So I got to see Jake that still had that essence. I got to see Jake that cast it off and put on the covering of Esau. And she was like an Edomite, like they were Edomites. Like she looked like an Eve. She could have been a terror. The way she got down and talked and her attitude, she could have been a terror. She didn't have that family loving type of spirit to her that I met, those other two Jakes that I met, in this medical field. The doctor, I had to get that brother a hug, like, hey man, I appreciate you finding that, man. I had to bring it in, and he appreciated that, man. It's like for a minute he put aside the doctor stuff. We just talked, brother to brother, man. It was very, man, it was very beautiful. And the same way with that old school Eve, she came in, she felt like family. The way she came, her whole vibe was kind of like one of my aunts or something. Like, she felt like family. That's what it felt like. Then we got the little young Eve, little Dr. Eve, and I put her in the Edomite category, man. I don't like her at all. At all. So, and then check it out. I got to see Esau and all his wickedness. The cardiologist was an Edomite. And woo, and I tell you, Yashrala, hey man, that dude, what I'm saying, hey, Esau is the devil. This dude's a cardiologist. He do like surgery. So he comes in talking and he has a very like I wouldn't put it past the dude if he did powder. I think he does powder in his off time. He was very jittery. Seemed like he running a trafficking trade with children. Or he does something abominable. Something wasn't right about that Edomite, man. He was real jittery, speaking some crazy talk, wasn't making sense, because he don't know that my wife keeps her records of when she goes to other hospitals and what's going on with her. So he was spitting stuff out. He getting caught in his lies. The devil came in lying, just like Esau. So he came in, he getting caught. She making him check the old records. He's saying stuff that don't make sense. Like, well, it's the same size it was at that time. I'm like, she didn't have it. It wasn't in her chest at the time. It was in her legs. What are you, he don't know what he talking about. And cracking me up, funny part, she was like, that dude ain't doing my surgery. I was like, I don't blame you. Like, that dude, hey, that Edomite was not right at all. And this is the surgeon, y'all Sharala. Like, this dude cutting people open and, putting devices in their body, and something ain't right about him. I know he's in some major wickedness. You can just tell. My wife got the vibe, I got the vibe, and I'm glad she didn't want that dude. So we don't think she needs surgery, but if we do, he won't be doing it. Not that damn devil. And man, he was a straight, as you can just tell, his spirit, something was off majorly. That dude was like a creature. He didn't even seem human to me. Like something, I don't know what you done did, but you done did something, Esau. He was the worst one. The Edomite doctor, the cardiologist, that was the worst Edomite I ever met, since I've been in this medical field. That dude, man, he was super wicked. Because before him, it was an Ishmael, Middle Eastern doctor. And he made sense of what he said that he was going to do. So I think she might track him back down. She might have a better chance with Ishmael, but sure not that Edomite. So I'm going to switch gears and go to this because I feel like, or I'm going to say it is messed up. I ain't going to say I feel like, I know it's messed up. We got to go to Esau for all our medical needs. We don't have hospitals. Our hospitals got destroyed in Black Wall Street, or back in the day, Esau destroyed our hospitals. Where we could have, like, we used to have hospitals where nothing but Jake ran it. You can go in there, Jake doctors. You can go in there, Jake nurses, and get, the proper care you need. We don't have that anymore. This devil blew it all up because he didn't want us, outshining him because we're better, you know. So he blew it all up. Now we got to go to all they hospitals named after they names, them devils. They go back to the scriptures. So I'm going to go with this right here. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Because I felt this. That's one thing I noticed what Yashrala did. He made me feel these verses, man. He made me feel these verses, and he made me feel these curses that he put on us as a people. I felt it today. I felt these scriptures. Everything I'm about to share with y'all today, I felt that, these past couple days, my wife's, illness, her ailment, I'm feeling them. So check it out. This Deuteronomy 28 and 48. And it reads, therefore should thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So the key I want to hear, it said we should serve our enemies in want of all things. That's why we don't have no hospitals. That's why we don't have no education institutions, no police forces. Nothing that's for us. We have no banks. None of that. We got to go to Esau for everything we need. Cell phone services, medical services, the police force, security services. You got to go to Esau for that, man. Everything we need. Esau is on top of everything. We had stuff. This devil blew it up. Why? Because Yahushua wants us to feel them curses, man. He said he'll get us up out of this. You're not going to get yourself up out of that. I don't care what you try to do, your dollar, your ethicals. You're not going to get up under this devil. Only I can get you up under this devil. So that's like we leaning heavily towards Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua to get up out this situation we in, because he put us in this situation. Our ancestors didn't keep the lost commandments. So what did he do? He allowed Esau to take over. Esau's now reigning over us. And this precept hits hard. It really hit our ancestors real hard. They had a yoke of iron on their neck, literally. A yoke of iron on their neck. Had to pick cotton all day long. That type of stuff, man. We coming from that. That's why we ain't built up as a people, man. We've been over here serving Esau, since we came off the boats. Now we tried to get our own. The devil seen us trying to get our own. The Lord seen it. He said, nah, man, I'm gonna let Esau have his way with you. No. Curse is going to have to be released from me, not you. And I felt them curses today. They said we got to go to Esau for our water, our food. They own all the major food distributions and companies. Esau own that. Clothes. We got to go to Esau for everything we need, man. Medical. I got to go to Esau. All our medical institutions and holistic healers, this devil done did away with them. So I felt them curses, man. And then feeling them curses, I'm going to go to Isaiah, because I felt this scripture too today, man. Isaiah 41 and 14. And it reads, fear not thy worm, Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord called us a worm right there, and I felt helpless like a worm today. My wife went through a situation because they messed something up. They didn't do something right. And she had complications, man. She could have lost her life today. And during that period, there was nothing I could do. I felt very, very helpless, man. I felt like that priest a worm. There was nothing I could do. My knowledge of the medical field is very limited. I don't know how Esau runs his medical field, the IVs and the Medicaid. I don't know much about that, I have family that do. So, call Halam Yahabashah for that. I've been talking to my family a lot. That's what kind of way keeping Esau in check. But I felt that today, man. We are like worms right now. We are helpless. Only thing a worm could do is crawl off in that earth. If not, he gonna get ate up by some bird or something. That's us. And instead of crawling to the earth, we crawling into the secret pavilion of Yahabashah, where we are safe. Because without him, man, Esau straight, man, tear you up with something as simple as, a medical instrument and take you out. Or to his military, we are helpless in Esau's kingdom right now. All we can do is prophesy, pray to the Lord and, ask for him to exalt Israel Yasharallah once again. So I felt that scripture right there. I felt really helpless watching her struggle through her ailment, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not a surgeon. I don't know the medical system. There's nothing I could do. I can only call my peoples and be like, what are they supposed to be doing? Are they not doing this right? And I'm up here, watching Esau because they doing a bad job. So I got to watch when they come in, make sure they give her medicine on time, check her blood pressure. Can we get that checked? I got to stay on top of them because I see they're not going to do it. They don't care. I had to do none of that when we had the old school Eve. She on top of that. But these Edomites don't give a damn. So I'm seeing that. I'm witnessing that. The Lord is having me and my wife witness that. That these devils don't give a damn. And we going through it. But on the flip side, on the balance, man, I gotta thank the Lord that he sprinkled some Israelites are here. They still have the essence of Jacob. They still got that love, man. So I see why the Lord loves us, why he loves the nation of Israel. I see that. Why? Because we exhibit, characteristics of him. We exhibit that. That love. What's the matter of fact, let me look. Something done hit my spirit that I didn't have in the chamber. But I'm about to find it. Yeah, the fruit of the spirit, man. You can see that in Yasharallah. You don't really see that too much, and you don't see it at all in Esau. So check it out. This is Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Verse 23, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So that's the fruit of the spirit, man. That's things that I've seen naturally in Yasharallah right there. I'm seeing that love. I seen that love, that gentleness. I seen that with that Eve. I seen that love with that brother, man. He didn't have to tell us it was a blood clot in her heart. They been saying the same thing he been saying. And he was happy and he was like happy that he could tell me that so she can get the care that she need, man. Like he set everything up. And you tell he had that love for his people, and I felt that love and I connected to that. You don't get that a lot with Yasharallah out here. That's why it's a sprinkle. It's a sprinkle of a couple Israelites that's still in their essence. And I got to see, experience some of that. And I think that keeps us afloat, man. The little bit of Israel is keeping this whole world afloat. It's keeping the decency. It's keeping, everything from this going to this straight chaos. It's because of the hope we lack and this, the love of Yasharallah is still here. It's still here. That's something we got to, feel good about, Yasharallah. There's a sprinkle of love still here in our people. And I see why the Lord loves us, man. I see why we're supposed to rule. We have those natural, that compassion, the empathy. That's naturally in Jake. We're naturally loving people. Esau doesn't possess those characteristics. He might can fade that when he's dealing with his own people, but he doesn't have enough of that to take care of the whole world. Yasharallah does. I see that. Yasharallah can do that. If Esau get out the way, hey, Yasharallah, Israel will heal the whole world. The world will go back to its healing state if the devil get out the way. Because the devil's why everything is all diseased and messed up. And I'm going to go to this because I got to see that we are a peculiar people and we're a royal nation. I seen that today. You go to 1 Peter 2:9. And it reads, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that when ye show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So that's going to all us that's coming to the truth of who we are, Yasharallah, because we are royalty. I can see that in our people, we royalty. I can see we're a peculiar people, we're a holy nation, and we're a chosen people. You can see the skills in us. The attributes the Lord put in us, you can see it on full display, especially when we're in our essence. Not when we all two-thirdish and flavored out and done, put off what makes us unique as a people. That's that word peculiar goes into, uniqueness. When we keep who we are and hold that, because I got to see that in certain jakes today. And then I seen Eve cast it off, and she just lost all flavor. You know, she didn't display the attributes I'm talking about. She turned into Esau. She's turned into an Edomite. But we are a chosen people, man. That's why our people need to embrace it. This devil taught our people to hate ourselves. That's why Yashara does not want to be who they were called to be. But see, hopefully, Lake, we don't give a damn. We gonna be what we supposed to be. We gonna embrace it and seek to get more of that and to be that. Because the world, the earth needs that. It needs the love of Yahweh Shah, which comes through his people. Israel, Yasharala, we display that. So we need to cultivate that, keep it, don't let nobody take that from us. That's what makes us special, Yasharala. You know, other than us getting the laws and commandments that guides us, which further puts us, you know, where we're supposed to be walking in. Because you keep them laws and commandments, you stay within the laws, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. It's going to keep you at a whole bunch of folly. You know, if you can keep the laws and commandments, like getting that walk of life, you good. You're going to be great. You know, now you ain't gonna be able to walk in all of them because we in captivity, but do it to the best of your abilities. You know, get to being Yasharala, an Israelite. How holy to be that to the best of your ability, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be very good. So I'm gonna leave off with this right here to the Proverbs, because I experienced this today too. So the Proverbs 16 and 7. And it reads, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. So Esau ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, but Esau just ain't, you know, acting a straight donkey, being a straight devil. You know, 2/3, like, we still floating and getting what we need. So our enemies are being at peace of us. Ain't nobody talk crazy to us, none of the Edomites. They haven't openly displayed their hostility. That hasn't happened. So right now, Yahweh Shah is making the devil be at peace with us so we can get on by and get what we need and get out the way. And then he's sprinkling in some love of Yasharala. And I look at that as I believe that's a blessing for me doing the works of Yahweh Shah. He gave me some relief. Like, okay, I'm going to send you to this Jake. Y'all going to go at this time because this Jake is going to be on the clock. He going to look at it. He's finally going to find out what's wrong with her. That was all ordained by Yahweh Shah right there. And then when we came to the other hospital, the specialist hospital, she got an old school Eve that took very good care of us, you know, took very good care of her. That was also a blessing. I don't take that for granted. I don't think that was just by chance either. Like, and then like she don't work, you know, 24/7. She go home. So when her shift is over with, we get the Edomite nurses, and we get to see a big difference. There's a difference between her and them Edomite nurses. And it's two of them. She come in and do everything by herself. When she leave, it's like 2 or 3 other Edomite nurses, and they can't do the job she do by herself. All 3 of them as a team, like they fumble. Eve come in, and old school Eve come in and do her thing, like, you know, this is what I do, baby. And then the Edomites come in as a team, and they messing up. So I'm wild at that. That's it. I'm showing me like, man, Jake is far superior to Esau. I'm seeing it. I don't give a damn what nobody tell me. I'm seeing this. Old school Eve, knocking it out. Young Edomites can't do what she does. And that's all that go all the way to the men, all the way to the nation, period. They can't do what we do. That's when that jealousy come in. I see the jealousy come in. That mention Eve came in and made it look easy. Old school Eve came in and made it look like it was nothing. This is what I do. She made my wife feel comfortable, took care of everything. She did like the job of 3 of them by herself, and it looked easy. She made it look easy. Like, this is what I do. It's nothing. And they come in and they all got to congregate, talking and fumbling, bumbling, and drawing blood from the wrong arm, and, you know, just really looking like a shit show. You know, it's like my freshman. That's them young Edomite nurses look like. Like, it's so bad. My wife say, soon as, you know, the Eve hit the clock, I need her. I want her. Wherever she at, I need her. We'll go wherever she at. That's how bad it is. And I'm just like, wow, man. I'm there witnessing, so I'm like, she ain't wrong. Like, Eve knocking out the park. I love when old school Eve come in, man. You seen the fruits of the spirit. She come in, she in a happy mood, joy. She talking to us, you know, kicking the stuff. You know, she make my wife feel real comfortable because she made it feel motherly, like she felt like family. And then she come in. I like the way she did things. Like you can tell she did things proper and decent and orderly. Man, that's Yasharala right there. And I think about it, she did everything decent and orderly, kind of like how we do our lessons, the highway edges. E came in and did her job like that. Everything was on point. My wife, she does good when old school Eve was there. She had problems when she left, and then she got to care of the young Edomite nurses because they was messing up, man. Tell me they draw blood from wrong arm. They're not on top of her medicine. I got to go out, get them, tell them to do stuff. She got to tell them to do stuff. It's real horrible. It's horrible. And they don't care. They just very lifeless. You know, they come in and say, woo, it's a huge difference. Huge difference. And then I look at the doctors. When I met that brother at the one hospital, you know, he felt like a brother, man. That's why I had to smack his hand, come bring it in. I had to get that brother a hug, man. And we talking, and it just felt like me talking like, you know, one of my uncles or something. Like I said, once again, it felt like I knew him already. Like it was a connection. And then when the cardiologist from the other hospital, that Edomite doctor came in, hey, man, I wouldn't want to be nowhere near that guy. That guy does very bad things. And you can tell because his spirit, it just showed it like something's not right. And this dude get paid, this devil get paid a lot of money. He's a surgeon. So he's doing something wicked, man. Like I wouldn't even want to be around that dude. Like we both got a sigh of relief when he left out of there. Then he got caught lying. Like I said earlier, he don't know my wife keep all her medical records, man. All that stuff, she keep it. So you can't come in here and just spit some. It's kind of like he ran a script. That stuff, he came and said stuff much that he probably said to 50 other families. You know, and she keeps her record. So she called him dude out. And he, let me check, let me see, and trying to cover his lie like a doctor. Because when you look at the real word of doctor, it means to falsify documents. He was looking to do that. Wife wouldn't let him. So after a while, he just had to leave up out of there. And we like, yeah, man, that dude, we ain't fooling with that dude. We gonna get on the phone right now and find somebody else. That dude is a no-go. Man, that dude was a straight, woo, that was a devil, man. A straight devil. That dude do some high-level wickedness, man. Probably straight up satanic. It wouldn't surprise me. That's the vibe he had, Yashua. It was bad. So I'm looking at that doctor versus the brother I met at the other hospital. Huge difference. World of a difference. Big world of a difference. So that's what I've been dealing with, Yashua. Any prayers from the nation to help, send up prayers to my wife. I believe she will be okay. She's doing much better now. I'm getting more knowledge to stand on top of it. She's feeling better. So I believe she will pull through. Prayers will help. And I just want to do a quick testimony. Just, man, it's a huge difference between Yasharala Israel and Esau Edom. And then also let me know, like, every precept I gave to y'all today, I felt that today. Like Yasharala, like Yahweh Shah made sure that I see that and feel that. Like you're gonna feel me today. I'm about to show you something. You got any doubts in your mind, I'm about to put you in a situation. You're gonna see Esau and all, you know, what I tell you about him. You're gonna feel that. When I pull out that first, that Job 13:4, you're gonna feel that. I'm gonna show you a position of no value. Watch this. And I'm just peeping it out, and I'm like, man, the scriptures is, reign supreme. Everything in this book is true. I'm seeing it play out in real life, in real time. It's playing out, and I felt them. And the good thing is we're about to come up from under these curses. We're at the end of Esau Edom's rulership. And, you know, we'll get new bodies that won't break down like these bodies. You know, if anybody's dealing with ailments and illnesses, you know, we about to be changed. So that's the good thing to look forward to. We're not going to be dealing with this too much longer because this is horrible. Esau's medical field is a joke. Straight up, it's a joke. You know? So with that, I want to say Kwame Yasharala, Detail Baba Bob, Shalom.